started out as a journey all by myself. My clients were asking me to put down everything that was happening in their experience with their coaching programs, with their clinical programs. My clients were asking, practitioners were asking, and they asked me if they can put it all in one place, or where are you getting your information from? So I took on the project, working the aligned approach. And Cheryl's always been behind me as my biggest cheerleader. And when I brought her on board, it was the best decision I ever made. Her contribution has been phenomenal because she sees things from a different angle. She's got the heart angle, and she's the social butterfly. I'm kind of the techie nerd behind the scenes.
But together, we're really a really good yin and yang. So it worked. It worked.
And so I just wanted to get all of this information into a book so that you could have it in the corners of your home. You could sit with it in your chair, bring it to the beach, bring it to the cottage, read it when you're trying to get out away from the kids.
It's actually like a user's manual for the body. I mean, we never got that. A lot of the things in here are things we should have learned in kindergarten, because it's how our body works. It's what our body's trying to tell us. And so for those people who read a chapter and they're a little unsure still, jump on the book club. It's a 12-week club where every week we're going to dive into a different chapter. There are obviously 12 chapters. And then you can get your questions answered. You can see where we were coming from, where the background, where we found out the information, all the measuring that Dana did and started seeing patterns. So you can see that. We'll pose some questions to you so that you can really start looking at it from an analytical perspective and then apply it to your own body. Because let's face it, it's all well and good to have a book and all of these words, but until you implement it into your life, you won't experience change. So really, the book club is a bridge from the book to getting it into your life and to actually using those tools to catapult you forward into your high performance capacity.
Absolutely. And in society, we're a little bit locked in the house lately with COVID, and people are watching too much TV. There's not a lot of great information out there, and we really want to be a part of, changing your mental paradigms, changing your life paradigms even. And the book is broken down into 12 chapters, but 3 parts: the discovery process, the decode process, what's your body actually telling you, and how can you actually make the changes that will improve your life dramatically, not just a little bit, dramatically. And if you read to the end of the book and you get to see a few of the users' experiences, you'll see the profound differences that have happened in people's lives, and they're differences that they didn't even know were available to them.
Never mind, we don't always know that they're available. We really get some incredible testimonials, and it's like, wow, we didn't even know that those connections existed necessarily.
And when people are suffering and struggling with mental conditions and pain problems and some mindset problems too that are holding them back, a lot of times we're looking in the wrong place. So we never get to the solutions. We get frustrated, and a lot of times there's a hopelessness and a helplessness, and we really want to get you out of that place. If we can hold your hand and walk you through and learn about you as you learn more about yourself, we would be completely honored to do that with you.
So go check us out on the website. You can look at the book. You can buy a book through that channel. As I said, you can be on all of the calls, all of the different weeks and chapters, or you can pick and choose whatever fits into your schedule.
Each week we'll cover a new chapter. We will go in order, and there's some pretty hot topics that we're going to get covered in there.
The pain paradox. Oh my goodness, pain isn't really what we thought it was. Aging awesome. Aging is awesome.
Yeah, imbalance is not random. So everyone's searching for balance in life, but balance is our birthright, actually. So when we're in balance, that again is a great place to look at, because we can bring you back into balance a lot easier than you thought.
Exactly.
And if the book club isn't enough for you, we also have some other programs. We have our Pep Talk, which used to be my Performance Evolution group program for athletes, achievers, and aspirers, where every week we would take on a pretty intense hot topic that people were struggling with or suffering with, and we would work through it. And it's a body-centered coaching, so you don't often find it in your mind, that story that's running around and creating havoc, we need to unravel it in your body and then your life. And there's specific ways that we'll do that, and we're pretty good at it now.
Definitely. So it is a body-centered coaching. This isn't talking and thinking and trying to get to a root cause that way. We get into the body. So
in fact, thinking actually causes a lot of problems. So we're really going to learn
so
how to
want to get out of your brain, get off your rat wheel.
Yes, unthink, unlearn, unhypnotize. You'll do all of that in the pep talks.
The pep talks run once a month, and we deep dive into different topics, so that if you just don't find that the book club's enough and you want to work on your own specific issue, a pep talk's a great place to start. You go to the website and you can sign up there. They're $19.97, which is a great deal for that specific coaching. You know, that can definitely run $100, $200 for a one-on-one session. So it's a really great deal, and it's a nice place to get connected and to start to get to know us a little more and to see what you're capable of.
And while you're on the website, you might as well check out some of our really fantastic practitioners. So if you're lucky enough to live in Canada, in Ontario, you're close enough to sign up with one of our practitioners who'll do a full assessment of you, and they'll take it from there. It's very personalized, and you will get a tremendous amount of change in your movement, your posture, your mechanics of your body. You'll actually start reverse aging.
And all of those things lead to decreasing your pain, increasing your abilities, your flexibility, stepping into your high performance capacity.
Yes, and we really want to unlock your high performance capacity. And if again you have post concussion syndromes, you're struggling with headaches, you're struggling with back pain and sciatica and degenerative disc disease, arthritis, all those itises and those
tendinitis,
osises.
bursitis, the inflammation. Basically, that's what that is. It's a condition with lots of inflammation and lots of rigidity and restriction.
We've got our practitioners available to you. Next year, we'll start the Aligned Academy again. So for those who are booming practitioners or
they're practitioners that are a little stuck, you know, and they're wondering, why does this technique work with some people and not others? Or why does this technique work with someone sometimes, but it doesn't work with them always? This helps you look at all of the systems, the 13 different systems, so that you can get to the root cause. And then in a very systematic way, you're going to build the house from the basement up, as opposed to trying to go and wallpaper your attic just to have your basement collapse. That's what it's like with the body. We have to start at step one. And you know, I actually said to a client the other day, it's like having, you know, one of those little houses on stilts and trying to put a skyscraper on top. Yeah. It's going to collapse because we don't have all the structures and the processes in place so that you can really have it solid and built up on top of it.
Which is why we call our first hands-on program Aligned Foundations. If you don't have a solid foundation, everything will collapse on top of that. And from there, we take our practitioners into the Aligned Academy, where we're learning 13 different physiological movement and posture systems and how to correct them to their very best capacity.
And again, remember, it's mathematically based. So these are quantifiable measurements that we do, and so we can see these incredible before and afters. You can actually see the progress. It's not guesswork. It's not pain chasing. It's not like that anymore, because you're counting. You're actually measuring from beginning through to the end. You know that you're getting to your goal because you're quantifying as you go.
Yeah, so most practitioners and most therapists are only dealing with 2 or 3 systems. So there's a lot of missing pieces, and they might be really good at those two or three pieces, but if you don't have a full picture, you're going to feel like there's something missing. You're going to feel like something's out of place, that something's not clicking. And we want to really help resolve that for you as a client and for practitioners who are wanting a little bit more.